As a tax professional, I get asked all the time, hey Sean, what are the advantages of an LLC? And does it really protect my business? Well, here's the deal, okay? LLCs are the most popular business entity there is, and for good reason, because there are many fantastic advantages of choosing an LLC over other business entities, whether you are a single member LLC or a multi-member LLC owner. So in this video, what I want to do is help eliminate some confusion and make it crystal clear the big advantages of an LLC, what type of protection you can expect from your LLC, and some important notes and calculations along the way. So if that all sounds good to you, stay tuned. Hey there, and welcome to our channel. I'm Sean with Life Accounting, the accounting company that helps you save on taxes and build more wealth. And if you're all about that, then please consider subscribing to our channel and liking this video for the YouTube algorithm. Now, I have 7 big advantages of an LLC, some of which you probably already know, but there are likely some advantages that you have no idea exist. Now, before we dive in, I want you to know that I'm going to put timestamps in the description below so that you can skip to the part that you want to learn the most about. Okay, let's get started with advantage number 1, limited liability. To explain this further, let me very briefly define what an LLC is. Okay, so LLC stands for Limited Liability Company, and this is a type of legal entity that you can set up when you start a new business. The reason why it is so popular is because of the limited liability part, which essentially means that only your business is held liable for any potential damages, not you personally. So for example, if someone sues your business and you lose the case, then the only thing that they can go after legally are the assets within your business. And this is great because the last thing you want is for someone to sue your business and then you lose all your personal assets. Oh yeah, things are booming. Oh wait, where'd all my assets go? Okay, so that's exactly what we don't want to happen, right? But thankfully, if you set your business up as an LLC, then your personal assets can be completely safe. So it gives you a sense of security through having a legal shield. But things get even better with advantage number 2, credit. Now, there are 2 areas of interest when it comes to credit. The first area is going to be credit growth. Of course, we all know that raising capital for investments or inventory is sometimes necessary to your business success. And establishing business credit can play a huge part in you actually getting the funds that you need. And what's great is when you have an LLC, your business has the ability to establish credit separately from you as an individual, because when you have a legal LLC, it is recognized as a separate legal entity with the ability to enter into its own agreements and its own contracts, again, completely separate from you as an individual. So the business would have its own records of payment history, the number of accounts it has opened, the length of the credit history, and the amount currently owed by its creditors. Whereas if you only have a sole proprietorship or a DBA, then there is no legal separation or financial separation between you and the business, which means that you need to rely on your personal credit to raise capital and funding for more business growth. Which brings me to my second area of interest when it comes to credit protection. So not only does your LLC protect your personal assets, but it also protects your personal credit as well. For example, if someone sues your business and you lose the case without having an LLC, then the judgment may appear on your personal credit report and other public consumer reports for up to 7 years, which of course would make it difficult for you as an individual to then later go out and get a loan for maybe a car or a house or anything else that you personally need. However, with an LLC, in that same example, only the business credit report will be affected, which again offers great protection for you personally. Okay, so far we have uncovered how LLCs can separate the individual from the business entity, which offers a lot of personal protection. But there are definitely more advantages as well. But really quick, before I move on to those other advantages, I want to hear from you, okay? How is your current business structured? Is it a sole proprietorship, an LLC, or some type of corporation, or are you not set up at all yet? I'm really interested to know, so please tell me in the comment section below. Now, it is very important to note that while LLCs do offer some personal protection, you still have major legal risks, because if you plan on building a successful business, then you're probably going to have business assets as well. Assets like business equipment or business vehicles or just business cash on hand, etc. And people can still go after those assets within your business, even if you have an LLC. So I just think that more people need to pay attention overall to the legal risks within the business, not just the personal risk, which is why business insurance is also very important. Now let's keep things moving along with the third advantage of having an LLC: funding. Now, a common misconception is that you need an LLC in order to get a business loan or a business credit card, and that is absolutely not true. However, taking the time to form an LLC can show lenders that you are serious about your business, and it can help when it comes to getting more customers or working with the banks or finding potential suppliers. Because since your business is separate from your personal financial situation, it makes it easier for lenders to evaluate you. Now, as a side note, if your business is new and has yet to establish any history or any credit, then many lenders will ask for you to personally guarantee the loan. Now, a personal guarantee is an agreement between the lender and you that says you are personally held liable for your LLC's debt, which basically renders your LLC useless in the case of default. So it's very, very important that you understand what you are signing before you automatically think your LLC will protect you. Now, I have another video that breaks down the disadvantages of an LLC, which walks you through stuff exactly like this. So I'll go ahead and link that video at the end of this one so that you can check it out right after you finish. Moving along to my favorite advantage of an LLC, number 4, tax flexibility. Now, as your business grows to new heights and new profit levels, you're going to want the flexibility to be taxed differently so that you save yourself some payments to Uncle Sam. And what is amazing about an LLC is that you have superb tax flexibility, because an LLC can be taxed as a pass-through entity, as an S corporation entity, or as a C corporation. Let's quickly look at all three, starting with pass-through taxation. So pass-through taxation basically means that all the money your business receives is subject to taxation, even guys, if you did not pay yourself a dime from your business income, you still would be taxed on any profits. And a common misconception I get from my clients is that, but Sean, I didn't withdraw any money from my bank account for the whole year. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. Okay, for example, let's say your business had a net income of $50,000 and you never took a distribution or paid yourself. Well, you are still going to pay taxes on that $50,000 net income. The next tax selection that you could take a look at is electing your LLC to be taxed as an S corporation. Now, corporations are subject to double taxation, which means that technically you are being taxed twice. First, on your business net income, and then secondly, when you pay yourself. Now, S corporations are unique in the fact that you don't have to pay self-employment taxes. However, you are still supposed to pay yourself a reasonable salary, aka W-2 wages, for the work that you perform. So this strategy becomes great for anybody who has a business that is making stable income and can afford to put themselves on payroll so that they can avoid paying self-employment taxes on their distributions. The next tax election LLCs can go for is to be taxed as a C corporation. Now, with a C corp, you are also subject to double taxation, but it works a little bit differently than it does for S corporations, because C corporations are taxed at a flat rate at the entity level, which for 2022 is a flat 21%. So if you had $100,000 in net income within your C corp, then you would pay $21,000 at the entity level. Then once again, any distributions or dividends are taxed at the personal level. Now, I think C corp tax elections work great for anyone who is trying to aggressively reinvest back into their business and just pay a flat tax rate. Okay, now all this is an oversimplification of how these tax elections work, and there are rules for each election section that your entity must abide by. However, if you need help with tax elections or have any other tax planning questions, then you can book a consultation with our team or work directly with us. I'll go ahead and put a link in the description below where you can learn more. All right, let's keep things rolling with advantage number 5 and number 6, low startup costs and easy management. The best part of an LLC is that they are really affordable and easy to set up. Typically, you just need to create an operations agreement. If you have partners, then you need to register everything with your Secretary of State by completing some forms. And then after that, you usually have to pay a fee, which varies depending on the state that you live in, but usually ranges somewhere between $100 and $1,000. And then bang, you're set up and you're ready to go. Now, there are some cases where you want to bring in an attorney, especially if you have active or limited partners who are also making investments. Because listen, the last thing you want to do is start making millions and millions of dollars and then realize there is a serious flaw in your partnership agreement that could ruin it all. On top of easy setup, there's also easy management, because now you don't have to worry about divvying up stuff like common stock and preferred stock, or recording meeting minutes and record keeping for all of these things as well, like you may with a C corporation. All right, advantage number 7 is brand perception. Now, this one is a more opinionated advantage, but I'm gonna go there for a second, because if having an LLC makes you feel official and feel ready, then to me, that's a major advantage, because if you take your business more seriously, then you're more likely to make prudent decisions and have more business success. On top of that, other people around you may take you more seriously as well. We already talked about how that could help you with raising capital. It may also help you get some early support from your network or your friends or your family, and more importantly, be a trust signal to your potential customers and clients. All right, now let me leave you with an important note, okay? LLCs are not impenetrable, and there are cases where your LLC does not protect your personal assets. For example, if your LLC is not compliant or not abiding by the rules of an LLC, such as renewing your registration or recording your meeting minutes, then if you are not abiding by these rules as an LLC, a judge may determine your LLC is inactive and allow creditors to pursue your personal assets. So of course, make sure you are compliant and not just taking your LLC for granted. All right, coming up next, we have 2 more videos, one being the disadvantages of an LLC. So if you haven't seen that yet, make sure you check that out, and I'll see you over there.